Baby, shh. Sorry. She's as frustrated as I am. Hey,
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the special meeting for the Planning and Zoning Commission for Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. Our first item on our agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to
to
the
the
flag
flag
of the
the
United
United
States of
States of
America,
America,
to the republic
Republic,
for which it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
for
all.
all.
Thank you very much. Okay, our next item is uh, the commission is going to be going into executive session uh, regarding litigation for application 19-12P Educational Play Care Ltd. And I'd like to invite our town attorney, Carrie Olson, our director of planning, Michelle Light, town engineer, Jeff Doolittle, and all our commission members present. Um, did I
So
get
moved.
everyone?
Sounds good to me, Bart.
Okay.
Somebody made the motion. I didn't catch who it was.
Steve Wagner. Uh, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, we are in executive session.
can.
Okay.
Okay, we are live.
Okay, good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the special meeting for the Planning and Zoning Commission of the Town of South Windsor for Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. We already did the Pledge of Allegiance, so our agenda item is application 19-12P, Educational Play Care Ltd. At this time, I will just state that there has been a court order in this decision, and I am going to turn to Commissioner Bonzani for some input.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. The applicant's appeal was sustained by the Superior Court in docket number LND CV-19-6112145-S on February 19, 2021, as to all issues except special event parking. The appeal has been remanded to the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve the application with conditions, including but not limited to right turn only sign and do not block the driveway sign. Staff have reviewed the plans, which have incorporated the recommended and standard approval conditions for a special exception permit. Although we as a commission denied this application, and many of us don't agree with the court's decision to sustain the appeal, we nonetheless are bound by the court's decision in order that the application be approved with conditions.
Okay, so at this time, I will entertain a motion from the floor. Commissioner Flagg?
Motion to approve Educational Players Special Exception Site Plan, application 19-12P, with the following conditions. 1. This approval is for a daycare facility with maximum of 270 children. Hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. with no weekend hours. 2. Prior to commencement of any site work, a meeting must be held with town staff. 3. No building permit will be issued until the final Mylars have been filed in the town clerk's office. 4. This application is subject to the conditions of approval of the Inland Wetlands Agency Conservation Commission, including bonds in the amount of $20,000 to ensure proper placement and maintenance of erosion and sediment controls, $20,000 for installation of stormwater system, and $10,000 to establishment of wetland, wildlife, and erosion control plantings within the basin and slopes. These bonds are required to be posted prior to the filing of the Mylars. 5. A landscape bond in the amount of $10,000 is required and must be submitted prior to the issuance of a certificate of occupancy if work is not completed. 6. All bonds must be in one of the forms described in the enclosed bond policy. 7. An as-built plan is required prior to issuance of a certificate of occupancy per section 9.1.3 of the zoning regulations. 8. All plans used in the field by the developer must bear the stamp and authorized signature of the town of South Windsor. 9. This approval does not constitute approval of the sanitary sewer, which can only be granted by the Water Pollution Control Authority. 10. No building permits will be issued until the State Traffic Commission certificate has been issued per CGS 14-311. 11. The building street number must be included on the final plan. 12. Pavement markings must be maintained in good condition throughout the site drives and parking areas. 13. All freestanding signs and or building signs require the issuance of a sign permit before they are erected. 14. Engineering comments dated March 6, 2019 must be incorporated into the final plans. 15. Dumpster pickup shall occur during the facility's working hours. 16. Site leveling, lighting shall be reduced to 30% during off hours and put on motion sensors. 17. 19 parking spaces in the front of the site must be signed as drop-off spaces. 18. Exiting from the site shall be restricted to right turn only and paths posted as such. The site drive shall be configured to direct exiting vehicles to the right. If changes made to the signal by Department of Transportation improve the queuing situation, the applicant could request the town to reconsider this restriction. 19. A sign shall be posted that states, "Do not block the driveway." 20. The state considered requiring a sidewalk along the Ellington Road frontage to the Pleasant Valley Road intersection. 21. The license agreement for off-site parking for special events must remain in force in order for special events to occur. The applicant should discourage anyone from crossing Ellington Road by foot to access these events. The applicant has assured the commission that participants will be shuttled as indicated in section 4, use of premises, subsection E. 22. Consistent with town practices for special events, the South Windsor Police Department will be notified at least a week in advance on special events to access the need for traffic control.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, through you. The one thing I think that we need to add to that, as I'm just saying this for legal counsel, is I know the plans have been amended consistent with the conditions and the comments of the engineer. Can we at least refer to the plans by their amendment date? Michelle, I'm sure you probably have that.
Yes, we can put that into the approval letter, the latest plans reference.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Prior to getting a second, I need to do my due diligence. We have one commissioner that is no longer with us, Commissioner Greer. So I am going to seat Commissioner LeBlanc for the resigned seat of Commissioner Greer. Commissioner LeBlanc, you're on the call?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Under discussion, I'm going to call upon the applicant and their legal counsel to confirm that these this motion is, they're in agreement with this motion, or if they have any questions or concerns.
At this time, Michael, could you let David Sherwood into the meeting? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, can you hear me?
Yes.
We understand the additional conditions of approval and we have no questions or concerns with respect to the conditions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I'll open it up for Additional discussion? Is there any,
Chairman,
was that Commissioner Bonzani?
yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I know that a court has ordered us to, approve this application, but sometimes consciously I just can't approve something. When I was elected as a planning and zoning member, I always look at things, what's best for the public, and as far as safety is, to me, is 100% most important. And, I'm not gonna say coming around that bend again and all that, because I've come around that bend, you got less than 3 seconds to that driveway. Unfortunately, I cannot consciously approve something where I feel is a real safety concern. I know a judge sat in his desk and just looked over some paperwork and said, this is wrong. You got to approve it. I have to say my due diligence about public safety. I really feel that this is a real safety issue here. Coming around that bend, you have less than 3 seconds. I was there today. Less than 3 seconds to decide if you're going to pull out of that driveway. 3 seconds is not a lot of time. And I'm just saying on the record that I know a court says we have to approve this, but on record, when I was elected as a planning and zoning member, I have to do what I feel due diligence that this is to me, a really bad safety concern. And unfortunately, I just feel, something is inevitable there and very, so I just have to get that on record that I just constantly cannot approve something where I know is not right. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to take a minute and speak on this motion. I agree that the safety issues that we believe are present are serious issues. We as a commission might not have reviewed them as well as we should have and documented all the concerns that we had, and had authoritative support to back up our concerns. Line of sight with the speed that might be prevalent due to the correction of the lighting, of the signalization of the intersection, the dangerous curve, the possible getting of answers from the applicant, rather than just denying the application. Those are all things we could have done better. I am going to support the motion of approval because of the court order, but it does not mean that I don't think the safety is a bigger issue than has been agreed to by the judge. Are there any other commissioners who would like to say anything?
I kind of said my piece last night. I'm with Frank. I mean, at some point, I mean, I don't want to have this go back to the courts and get approved without all the special conditions that have been put in place. I share Frank's position. If we have to vote in favor of this because a judge sat with his paperwork in front of him and, just read and didn't visit the site like the rest of us have, I kind of think that's a shame for the safety of the public. I mean, to vote yes in protest,
Because again, as we discussed in the past, that if there's any blood shed, it's not on this planning and zoning commission if there's any injuries at that site. This belongs to the judge and to educational play care. But again, if it's gonna move forward, then we need it to move forward with the conditions that are then been put in their hands, so.
Okay. Any other commissioners want to state anything for the record?
Yeah, this is Mike LeBlanc. I wanted to just add on to Commissioner Foley and certainly Commissioner Bonzani's comments. For me, I feel exactly the same as they do. I'm a longtime resident of this town. I traveled that road quite a few times, especially in the 80s when my wife lived on Corybrook Drive. And even then, when the town was population, I considered that area to be somewhat crazy of a place to pull onto. I'm very familiar with that area. The traffic studies that were submitted under the proposal for this, see, I'm looking at it, I think I brought this up at these previous meetings. I'm looking at it from a skewed perspective. I think I brought this up in the past, but when something happens on I-84 and they're closed down to one lane, I'll go that way to get to Hartford and Weathersfield. The increase in traffic when something happens on 84, a lot of the townspeople channel onto Route 30. It becomes a kind of a traffic nightmare heading down that way. And this is something that I did bring up, thinking back when this proposal came before us in planning and zoning. And I don't believe that these traffic studies take that into account. So again, it's one of these things where I would say yes and protest, but I don't agree with the whole situation here. And based on the judge's comments and decision making, based on what happened, I, for the record, would like to stand that I don't think this is the best use or the best situation for this corner based on the use and that being a daycare and the safety hazards therein. But that's my opinion and I want it for the record. And thank you for the opportunity for speaking on that behalf.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Commissioners, does anybody else have anything? If not, we'll move the question. Last chance. Okay. Hearing no further discussion, we'll move the question. All those in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
Okay. Michelle, can you do a roll call, please?
Certainly. Commissioner Flagg,
Aye.
Commissioner Foley,
Aye in protest.
Commissioner LeBlanc,
In protest.
Commissioner Dexter. Aye. Commissioner Wagner,
Aye.
Commissioner Bonzani,
Commissioner Bonzani, your microphone's not on. Did you say that again, Frank?
Nay. No.
Okay, thank you.
Chairman Pasconis.
Aye in protest.
So 6-1, the motion is approved.
Okay. Thank you very much. At this time, that concludes our discussion on educational play care. We do have a little other business tonight, which is very brief. Just in that, well, it's not business. Over the
Michael,
past,
could we have Lauren come onto the screen? I think she's in our waiting room. There she is.
hi, Lauren.
You have a camera, Lauren, or are you just on audio? Lauren, can you hear us?
Hello. Yes.
Hi, Lauren.
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to address everybody out there. Over the past 14 months, COVID has impacted all of our lives. Some of us lost loved ones, and some lost the opportunity to spend time with family. Some did not have the opportunity to say goodbye under less than favorable circumstances. Tonight, we have the opportunity to celebrate the retirement of Lauren Zarambo and also express our appreciation for almost a decade of service to the town of South Windsor and the Planning and Zoning Commission. Lauren, please accept our thanks. And I know we all wish you all the best as you start the next chapter in your journey. At this time, is Jan Snyder in attendance?
She's coming up.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Jan.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Are you ready, Bart?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Lauren, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, you've been a tremendous employee for so many years. And I think I've heard Michelle say many times that you are her right hand. So, and I get that, right, Michelle?
Yes, definitely.
But the type of service and the professionalism that you've given to the town of South Windsor through the planning department is really unparalleled. It's very hard to get employees that are so committed to what they do. And you're confidential, you're always courteous, you're always professional, and you always get the job done somehow, no matter how hard it is and how difficult it may be. You get it done and you make everybody look great. So I just have a small, short little proclamation for you. I believe, Michelle, do you have the original one?
I do, and I will give it to her in the morning. Yes.
Okay, perfect. In the meantime, it's going to take a minute so I can read it so everybody can hear it, okay? All right. Whereas Lauren Zarambo was hired by the town of South Windsor on April 23rd, 2012 as an administrative secretary / land use coordinator in the planning department. And whereas Lauren has provided excellent customer service to the residents of South Windsor, the South Windsor business community, her fellow employees, and the many other customers that frequent town hall. And whereas Lauren has participated on many employee committees, including the Health and Safety Committee during her tenure with the town. And whereas Lauren has been responsible for facilitating and processing all of the land use applications, working with many potential applicants and different land use agencies over the years. And whereas Lauren has prepared the agendas, legal notices, and minutes for 202 Planning and Zoning Commission meetings. That's a lot, Lauren. Prepared agendas, minutes, and legal postings for 75 open space task force meetings, 63 architecture and design review board meetings, and 13 Main Street subcommittee meetings. And whereas Lauren's processing and stewardship of the land use files have included the scanning of countless documents and maps for the future preservation of vital land use records, keeping the planning department current. And whereas Lauren's work reflects her attention to detail and often makes her use of creativity and artistic talents that represent her true love as an artist. And whereas on May 31st, 2021, Lauren is retiring from her position with the town of South Windsor and will be sorely missed by all who have had the pleasure and honor, I'm adding that in there, of working with you during the past 9 years. Whereas Lauren's accomplishments during her 9 years working for the planning department are only dwarfed by her willingness to listen, advise, and be a good friend to everyone on the Planning and Zoning Commission. And whereas Lauren has always gone the extra mile to keep the planning department and Planning and Zoning Commission on track with patience, kindness, and her beautiful smile. I'll second that. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Andrew Paterna, Mayor of the Town of South Windsor, acting on behalf of the Town Council and the citizens of South Windsor, take pride in congratulating Lauren Zarambo for her 9 years of service to the Town of South Windsor and extend to her best wishes for good health and happiness in her retirement years. And it will be, as you will get it tomorrow most likely, Mayor Andrew Paterna, Deputy Mayor Pendleton, and Councilors Evans, Kabowski, Lopez, Lydecker, Manili, and Snyder. So congratulations to you, Lauren. Best wishes for a safe, healthy, and happy retirement. It was my honor to be able to present this to you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you very much, Jen.
Well written.
Thank you so very much. Can I say something?
Yes, please do.
Oh my gosh, it's been my honor to serve everyone on the commission, the noble work that you all do for the town, and to be part of the planning department team, and to be the support of the most excellent director of planning that is in South Windsor, Michelle Leip. I mean, to be a part of the team has been terrific, and 9 years has flown by. And just thank you for all the accolades. And when I got home from work today, there was the most beautiful bouquet on my doorstep that I can show you. It's magnificent. This was at my door when I got home from the Planning and Zoning Commission. I thank the town council for the phenomenal proclamation and these beautiful flowers, and just thank you so very much for letting me be a part of the team.
You're very welcome. Well, this isn't goodbye, Lauren. Hopefully, it's just till we meet again.
Right. Absolutely. I'm going to keep tuning in.
Oh, brother. No, you're not.
Congratulations, Lauren. Well earned. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, Lauren.
Thank you. Wish we could be doing this in person. Thank you so much.
Well, I invited them all to the town hall between 1 and 3 Friday afternoon for a water. A water.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Lauren,
Okay.
you put sunshine in every single call that was answered. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay. Well, thank you, commissioners. Thank you for Lauren for participating in our meeting. And hopefully we'll see you on Friday.
My heart is bubbling over. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, commissioners, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you all.
Hi, Laura.
Good night, everybody.
Night,
Great to
Lauren.
see you, girl.
Aye.
Okay.